Good evening, students. Today I am taking the chapter The Excretory System. I have to tell about the last part of the circulatory system, the lymphatic system. I was explaining at that time. I had to finish my lesson, but I shall tell about it later. After finishing this lesson, I shall tell it. Look here, the excretion, meaning the removal of unwanted nitrogenous waste from the body. Nitrogenous waste means the nitrogen containing, that is ammonia or the urea that is present in the body. That is the nitrogenous base material that is produced by the uh, breaking down of protein molecules. When we eat extra protein, we know that that may be digested and form the amino acid. On amino acid again, on amino acid cannot be stored inside the body. So it must be extra amino acid. It must be removed from the body. That breaking down process takes place in the liver. Liver is breaking it, and a part of the glucose can be converted into glycogen and can be stored in the body. The remaining part, the elimination of the nitrogenous part, that is mainly the urea, or that is produced by the liver, and it is when it pass through the circulatory system, when it pass through the kidney tubules filter it out and excrete out. That is the process of excretion. That is, nitrogenous waste is removed from the body. The other products that are removed from the body are, the other things that are removed from the body are the carbon dioxide and water. Then nitrogenous carbon dioxide and water. When we breathe out, the carbon dioxide is exhaled out. Then nitrogenous metabolic waste are removed by the kidney. Then excess salt and vitamin. If you consume water soluble vitamins more, it cannot be stored in the body. It also removed by the kidney. Then again, bile pigment or hormones. So many things are also bile pigment. When you know that the bile juice excrete out the bile pigment, you know that bilirubin, bile pigment, liver excrete out with the bile juice to the duodenum, the part that is the first part of the intestine. The bile pigment is poured by the liver. That can emulsify the fat, as well as the rest of the part may be eliminated out with the feces, or when at the time of defecation that may go out. So in this chapter we have to learn about the excretory system, mainly that is nitrogenous waste. Certain important points are there in the paragraph. You can see that broken down in the liver. Protein, the extra protein is broken down in the liver, and glucose part that is stored in the liver as glycogen, and the urea that is highly poisonous is excreted out by the liver. First it will be converted into ammonia. Ammonia is highly poisonous. Ammonia is converted into urea. That work is also done by the liver. Then that are the things that must be excreted out by the liver. Then the structure of the kidney you can see in the picture. Here you can see the structure of the kidney. You know that it has a bean shaped organ. It is protected by the last two ribs. You know that what is the rib cage. Rib cage is the chest part. The covering bone is the rib cage. The lowest the last pair of ribs, so that at the back part near to our vertebral column or our vertebrae near the last ribs are protecting the kidney. So you know the position, you can understand the position of the kidney. Then another important thing about the kidney is the right kidney is at slightly low level than the left one. Right kidney is a little lower level than the left one. Then you can see it has a concave side. Its inner part, inside part is, that is a concave side, and a convex side it has. From the concave side you can see one tube known as the ureter. A tube known as the ureter is coming down, and it is joining at the last part the urinary bladder. A bag like part at the lower urinary bladder, it is storing the urine. Then you can see two main blood vessels are running in the middle part of the kidney. In both kidney, on either side or in the middle part of that two kidneys, you can see two main blood vessels. The red colored, that is the aorta. You can see the red color blood vessel, that is the aorta. Aorta is bringing the pure blood from the heart. You learned about the circulatory system, you know what is aorta. Aorta is carrying out blood, pure blood, oxygenated blood is bringing down from the heart, that is the aorta. From aorta both kidneys getting oxygenated blood. From that blood the nitrogenous waste is filtered out by the kidney. Then aorta, you can see when aorta, from the aorta that blood vessels that are entering into the kidney is known as the renal artery. You can see aorta is giving blood through the renal artery. Renal artery is carrying blood, oxygenated blood from the aorta. It is also bringing the nitrogenous waste into the kidney. Then you can see another middle blood vessel that shown in blue color, that is the posterior vena cava. You know, posterior vena cava is carrying impure blood from the lower part of the body. From the to the posterior vena cava, two veins are entering from the kidney. After leaving out all the nitrogenous waste in the kidney, the blood, the pure blood that is without nitrogenous waste is entering into the aorta. That are the renal vein. So you can see the renal artery is red in color, and renal vein, renal meaning related to the kidney, that renal word is used. Renal artery and renal vein you can see. Then again another gland is also above there, that is the adrenal gland. That is not a part of the excretory system. You can see adrenal gland, a cap like structure on the top of the kidney, a cap like white colored part. That is not part of the urinary system or excretory system. That is the adrenal gland. Because it is attached with the kidney, it has the name adrenal gland. Its function you will learn later. You can see then the structure of the kidney, two bean shaped organs. They are from two blood vessels are entering and leaving it, that are the renal artery, and renal veins are passing blood through the kidney. Red colored is bringing oxygenated blood, and blue colored is collecting blood from the kidney. And two tubes that are coming down from the concave side of that kidney is the ureter, and ureter is entering to the urinary bladder. Urinary bladder, you can see from the urinary bladder another vessel, another tube is coming out, that is the urethra. Through the urethra, urine is passed out. In males, it is passing through the penis, but female, there is no special structure, only through the female genitalia it is coming out. Then it is surrounded by a particular muscle known as the sphincter muscle. Always it will be closed tightly, otherwise the urine may be leaked out. That leaking process is prevented by the particular muscles known as the sphincter muscles. You can see the sphincter muscles here. The sphincter muscle is protecting the urinary bladder. These are the structure of the urinary system. Sometimes this may be asked to draw. In mostly this may be asked to label the part, or certain questions may be there based on the diagram. Then you learnt the structure of the urinary system. Then each kidney, the structure of the kidney, let us learn. It has a concave side and a convex side is there. In the section of the kidney, this is also a diagram that may be asked to draw. So you should learn to draw the diagram in your record book. Also you have to draw the diagram. It has a cortex and a medulla. It has two regions known as renal cortex and renal medulla. Here you can see the two parts, cortex and medulla. Cortex is darker in color and medulla is light in color. That is peculiar about the cortex and medulla. Then it has fine striped like structures and conical at the tip. Towards the inner part, these conical structures is pointed ends are towards the inner part of the kidney. These structures are known as the pyramid. You know that what is pyramid? Egyptian pyramids you learn. It has a conical shape. So it got the same name, the pyramid. Its pointed end is pointing towards the inner part of the kidney, and it in microscopic it has a striped like structures. They are made up of fine striped structure. ഒരുപാട് സ്ട്രൈപ്പുകളുള്ള പോലത്തെ ഒരു സ്ട്രക്ചറാണ് ഈ പിരമിഡ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഈ കോണിക്കൽ. ദെൻ ഇറ്റ്സ് കോണിക്കൽ എൻഡ് ഈസ് നോൺ ആസ് ദ പാപ്പില്ലേ. യു ക്യാൻ ആ കോണിക്കൽ ആ സ്ട്രക്ചറിൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും ടിപ്പായിട്ടുള്ള ഭാഗം, അറ്റമുള്ള ഭാഗത്തിന് പാപ്പില്ലേ എന്ന് പറയും. ദാറ്റ് പോയിൻറ്റഡ് പാർട്ട് ഈസ് known as papillae. Then again another part, here you can see the blue colored renal vein you can see, and red colored renal artery. That structure is also entering into the kidney, you can see. Then you can see the ureter, a tube at the that is coming out from the kidney is known as the ureter. At the point where it enter into the concave side of that kidney, that part is become wider. That wider portion is known as the pelvis. You can see that portion, the ureter, its part, when it enter into the kidney, that part is wider part. That part is known as the pelvis. Then again that concave, that part is known as the hilum. Concave side of that part where pelvis is fixed towards it, that part is known as the hilum. Then here in this pelvis, that part pelvis, these urinary tubules, that you learned that the pyramid has a striped appearance. That striped structures are really the renal tubule or kidney tubules. Because of that tubules, fine thread like tubules, that giving a striped structure. These tubules open into the pelvis. Here these kidney tubules, after filtering the filtrate, it is giving out all the waste material to the region of pelvis. From the pelvis it will flow down through the ureter. Then ureter has another movement also. It is also known as the peristalsis. You know, you learned the term peristalsis in the 9th standard. The intestinal movement. Intestine also has a wave-like movement known as the peristalsis. The same kind of movement is present in the ureter, that is pushing the urine forward towards the urinary bladder. Here, this is the structure of the kidney. It has, you have to, when you mark the at least 3 labeling is necessary for a diagram. Cortex, medulla you can mark, the pelvis is the region. All the labeled part you must be familiar with. Sometimes it may be diagram may be given and you have to label only. So all the parts you must be familiar with all the parts. You know what is cortex? Outer darker area cortex, inner lighter area known as the medulla, and the striped structures that are known as the pyramid. Pyramids, its pointed part is known as the papillae, and you can see the ureter. The expanded portion of the ureter is known as the pelvis. That concave side of that kidney is known as the hilum. These are the main parts of the kidney. Then again, kidney has fine tubules known as the nephrons, or here you can see the picture of the single renal tubule. It is also known as uriniferous tubule. Then nephrons, it is also known as the nephrons. You can see certain names of it. Structure of the, it is also known as the kidney tubule or the nephrons or urinary tubule. Many names it has. Then its structure, it has a here a knot of blood vessels you can see, and a expanded portion known as the Bowman's capsule. It has a ball-like structure. Then one side of that ball-like structure, that is pushed, a hollow internal part of that hollow ball-like structure is pressed deep on from one side. Its hollow internal part continue into a tubular part. That is the structure of the Bowman's capsule. A ball, one end of that ball is pushed, that hollow ball is pushed towards inside. Inside that you can see a ball like a lot of blood vessels known as the glomerulus is a knot of blood vessels. ഒരു കുറേ blood vessels കെട്ടുപിണഞ്ഞ് കിടക്കുന്ന ഒരു knot of blood vessels is lodged inside the Bowman's capsule. That is the first part of the kidney tubule. Then from there you can see a convoluted portion. അതായത് വളഞ്ഞ ഫസ്റ്റ് പാർട്ടാണ്, ഫസ്റ്റ് convoluted tubule you can see. കോൺവല്യൂട്ടഡ് എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ആദ്യത്തെ ഒത്തിരി വളവുള്ള ഭാഗമാണ് കോൺവല്യൂട്ടഡ്. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ഫസ്റ്റ് കോൺവല്യൂട്ടഡ് ട്യൂബ്യൂൾ ഓർ പ്രോക്സിമൽ കോൺവല്യൂട്ടഡ് ട്യൂബിൾ. പ്രോക്സിമൽ എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ അടുത്തായിട്ടുള്ളത്, അതായത് ഈ ബൗമാൻസ് ക്യാപ്സ്യൂളിനോട് അടുത്തായിട്ടുള്ള ഭാഗത്തിനെയാണ് പ്രോക്സിമൽ എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ അടുത്ത് പ്രോക്സിമൽ അതാണ് PCT, പ്രോക്സിമൽ കോൺവല്യൂട്ടഡ് ട്യൂബ്യൂൾ. ദെൻ യു ക്യാൻ സീ അനദർ ascending and a U-shaped bigger portion, that is known as the loop of Henle. Then after the loop of Henle, the filtrate pass through the second convoluted tubule or distal convoluted tubule. ഇപ്പോൾ 2 convoluted portions, വളവ് ഒത്തിരിയുള്ള പോർഷൻസ് രണ്ടെണ്ണമാണ്. വൺ ഈസ് ഫസ്റ്റ് convoluted tubule or proximal convoluted tubule and distal convoluted tubule or second convoluted tubule. In the middle of this convoluted portion there is loop of Henle, you can see. Then after the second convoluted tubule, it is ending to a collecting duct. You can see the collecting duct here. The liquid that is entering into the collecting duct, that liquid is known as the urine. In other part, when this you can see from renal artery a blood vessel is carrying blood into the Bowman's capsule. That is afferent arteriole. Afferent arteriole എന്നാണ് അതിന് പറയുന്നത്. Renal artery, it is carrying blood into the glomerulus. Then you can see one thing you can notice here, that the afferent artery is larger compared to the efferent arteriole. Here you can see the efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole you can see. That is narrow. Afferent arteriole is wider than the efferent arteriole. Because of this structure, there may be a pressure may be developed. നിങ്ങൾക്കറിയാം, ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ഉള്ള കുട്ടികളൊക്കെ കൂടെ ക്ലാസ് വിടുന്ന സമയത്ത് ഒരു ചെറിയ വാതിലിൽ കൂടെ എല്ലാവരും കൂടെ തള്ളി കയറി പോകാൻ നോക്കി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അവിടെ ഒരു പ്രഷർ ഡെവലപ്പ് ചെയ്യും, അവിടെ ഒരു തിക്ക് അനുഭവപ്പെടും. അപ്പോൾ സെയിം തിങ് ഹാപ്പൻ ഇൻ ദ ഗ്ലോമറുലസ് ഓൾസോ. When a large quantity of blood is entering through the afferent arteriole and it try to pass through the efferent arteriole, there a great pressure will be developed. Because of that pressure, the liquid part of the blood may be filtered into the Bowman's capsule. ഈ ക്യാപ്സ്യൂളിനകത്തേക്ക് ബ്ലഡിൻ്റെ ലിക്വിഡ് പാർട്ട് ഒഴുകിയിറങ്ങാനിട വരും. ദാറ്റ് ലിക്വിഡ് പാർട്ട് ഈസ് നോൺ ആസ് ഗ്ലോമറുലാർ ഫിൽട്രേറ്റ്. ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള ആ ഒരു ലിക്വിഡിന് പറയുന്ന പേരാണ് ഗ്ലോമറുലാർ ഫിൽട്രേറ്റ് എന്ന് പറയും. അപ്പോൾ ദിസ് ഗ്ലോമറുലാർ ഫിൽട്രേറ്റ് ഈസ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ്ഡ് ബൈ എ പർട്ടിക്കുലർ കൈൻഡ് ഓഫ് പ്രഷർ. ദാറ്റ് കൈൻഡ് ഓഫ് ഫിൽട്രേഷൻ ഈസ് നോൺ ആസ് അൾട്രാ ഫിൽട്രേഷൻ. ഇങ്ങനെ കിഡ്നി ട്യൂബ്യൂൾ ഫിൽട്ടർ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഈ പ്രത്യേക പ്രോസസ്സിന് പറയുന്ന പേരാണ് അൾട്രാ ഫിൽട്രേഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. അൾട്രാ ഫിൽട്രേഷൻ കഴിയുമ്പോൾ നമുക്കറിയാം, എഫറൻറ്റ് ആർട്ടീരിയോൾ ഈസ് again passing through, red color vessels are surrounding, again passing through the first convoluted tubule. ഈ ഫസ്റ്റ് കോൺവല്യൂട്ടഡ് ട്യൂബിൻ്റെ അകത്തുകൂടെ വീണ്ടും അത് കടന്നു പോകുന്ന കാണാം. അറൗണ്ട് ദ ഫസ്റ്റ് കോൺവല്യൂട്ടഡ് ട്യൂബ്യൂൾ ആൻഡ് എ പാർട്ട് ഓഫ് ദ ലൂപ്പ് ഓഫ് ഹെൻലെ, the same vessel, efferent arteriole is passing through. At that time, it will reabsorb the needed things like the glucose or the water or anything or the salt. If it needed, it reabsorb. Reabsorption takes place in the first convoluted tubule part. എല്ലാ ലിക്വിഡ് പാർട്ടും പോകുന്നതിൽ നിന്ന് ആവശ്യമുള്ള ഭാഗം മാത്രം വീണ്ടും വലിച്ചെടുക്കും. അതിനാണ് റീഅബ്സോർപ്ഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ദെൻ അഗെയിൻ you can see the again this changed into that capillary is again changed into that is again renal vein like that form as the renal vein here as blue colored turning into arteriole. Then certain things will happen in the second convoluted tubule. A tubular secretion, the process is known as tubular secretion. Unwanted potassium or unwanted things like the antibiotics, such things may be excreted out from the cells of this blood vessel. ഈ ബ്ലൂ പാർട്ട് കാണുന്നതിനുള്ള അതിൽ നിന്നുള്ള unwanted things may be excreted out. That is known as tubular secretion. That is tubular secretion. ഇത് here tubular here reabsorption occur in the left part. In the right part, the tubular secretion will occur. Unwanted things may be secreted out from the cells of these blood vessels. Finally, the liquid entering into the collecting duct is called urine. In which part of the kidney tubule the liquid is called urine? In the collecting duct. Certain questions may be based on this diagram. Sometimes it may be asked to draw. Sometimes many diagram based questions you can expect.